After all kinds of media speculation around Netflix, we did find out this week that there will be a new deal.
They were the power couple who walked away from the palace and walked straight into Hollywood with a reported $100 million deal. But now, that dream partnership with Netflix looks like it's been slapped down. Hard. After years of buzz, controversy, and a few headline-making releases, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's once celebrated deal with Netflix has been quietly restructured. And according to royal insiders and media critics, this isn't just a small adjustment, it's a massive downgrade. One commentator even called it a slap in the face. So what happened? Why did Netflix, once throwing millions at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, suddenly switch to a pay-only if approved model? And is this a major blow to their brand, or a smart move to keep them grounded in real, audience-driven content? In this video, we're diving into the drama behind the headlines, unpacking the deal, the reactions, and what it means for Harry and Meghan moving forward. Because if this is truly a slap, the echo might be louder than anyone expected. When Harry and Meghan announced their exit from royal duties in early 2020, they weren't just leaving behind palace life, they were launching a brand new chapter. In pursuit of financial independence, the couple landed two major media deals, one with Spotify and a much larger, flashier one with Netflix, reportedly worth up to $100 million. The promise? Exclusive content, documentaries, docuseries, children's programming, and scripted shows, all under their new production company, Archewell Productions. And at first, the momentum was real. In 2022, their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, became one of the most watched shows in the platform's history. The six-part series was explosive, revealing personal struggles with the royal family, the British press, and their decision to step away. Love it or hate it, it generated major buzz. But the rest of the content? It didn't exactly match the hype. Meghan's animated series Pearl was cancelled before it even aired. Their Spotify podcast Archetypes dropped one season, then fizzled. By mid-2023, Spotify had pulled the plug, with an executive bluntly saying the couple weren't delivering enough content. That left Netflix as the last standing giant in their media empire. But even that relationship, it seems, has shifted. And the recent restructuring suggests that Netflix may no longer be willing to write blank checks for the royal duo. Now, instead of guaranteed millions, it's all about performance. If Netflix likes a project, they'll fund it. If not, Harry and Meghan get nothing. From a historic royal departure to Hollywood moguls in the making, this was not the direction anyone expected. So what exactly is this new deal with Netflix? Well, according to multiple sources, it's still a multi-year contract. But here's the twist. Harry and Meghan will only be paid for the projects that actually get approved and go into production. In other words, no more guaranteed payouts. They pitch an idea, Netflix decides whether or not to fund it. If it's a no, they don't get a dime. That's a massive shift from their original arrangement, where they were reportedly paid up front and given free rein to develop a slate of content. Now, every project must prove its value before the check clears. And the response? Brutal. Richard Eden, a veteran royal editor for the Daily Mail, didn't mince words. He called the new terms a definite slap in the face. In his view, it's a loud signal from Netflix that Harry and Meghan are no longer seen as top-tier talent, just another pair of content creators who need to hustle for every green light. He's not alone. Sky News Australia's Megyn Kelly echoed that sentiment, saying the couple's media deals were crumbling, and that this new arrangement feels like a way for Netflix to save face by keeping the royals on board without risking more wasted investment. Some observers say Netflix is simply being practical. The media giant has slashed spending across the board in 2024 and 2025, axing dozens of original shows and reworking deals. But when it comes to Harry and Meghan, a couple once touted as Netflix's crown jewels, this downgrade feels personal. To critics, the new terms scream, "We're done betting on your name alone." And here's the kicker. Meghan's team tried to spin it as a win. After news of the deal broke, a rep said the couple remains proud of their relationship with Netflix and is excited about what's to come. But PR gloss aside, the message is clear. Netflix is putting them on a leash. There are already a couple of projects in the works, including Heart of Invictus, following Harry's veteran sports event, and With Love, Meghan, a lifestyle cooking series. But neither has generated the same kind of hype as their earlier docuseries, and the pressure is now sky high. If these shows flop, the deal might quietly dissolve altogether. Bottom line, this isn't the glamorous Hollywood success story many expected. The slap-in-the-face comment might sound harsh, but it reflects the cold reality of a streaming industry that's no longer dazzled by royal titles. So, what's the truth? Is this Netflix deal a calculated win, or an embarrassing fall from grace? It depends who you ask. The supporters spin. Supporters of Harry and Meghan are calling this a strategic evolution, not a demotion. They argue that the couple is simply entering a more flexible phase of their Netflix partnership, where projects are evaluated on their creative merit instead of just celebrity appeal. They also highlight that Netflix renewed the deal. They didn't cancel it. That alone, they say, proves Netflix still sees value in working with Archewell Productions. In fact, insiders say Meghan's upcoming lifestyle series With Love, Meghan is moving forward with cooking, gardening, and home wellness as key themes. It's said to align closely with her new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. That kind of brand integration? Strategic, not desperate. And from the Sussex side, the messaging is upbeat. Their reps describe the new content as ambitious and entertaining, with a focus on hope and human connection. For fans, this is proof that Harry and Meghan are pivoting toward meaningful, long-lasting media work, not chasing viral headlines. The skeptics' view, but the critics see things very differently. They say this is a classic Hollywood downgrade. A-list deals don't suddenly get revised unless the studio sees declining value. And let's be honest, after the initial hype, many of their follow-up projects underperformed. The skeptics argue that Netflix is essentially hedging its bets. Why pay millions up front when the public interest might be fading? And then there's the reputation angle. Media critics have pointed out that Harry and Meghan's public image has taken hits over the last 2 years, from family tensions with the royals to accusations of cashing in on personal drama. For those critics, this paper project model is a message: deliver quality or you're done. So, what does all this mean for Harry and Meghan's future, both financially and publicly? Let's start with the money. This new Netflix arrangement strips away any guaranteed income. That's a big shift, especially considering the couple lost their Spotify deal in 2023, reportedly worth $20 million. Now, instead of locking in multi-million-dollar checks, they're working on a pitch and pray basis. Every idea must go through Netflix's internal approval system. This makes their financial future less stable, especially if no new projects are greenlit. And with royal family ties severed, their security, staff, and lifestyle all depend on outside income. That adds serious pressure to perform. Then there's the brand image. Harry and Meghan built their post-royal identity around the idea of independence, purpose-driven storytelling, and global impact. But if major platforms start stepping back, it creates a new narrative, one where they're not quite the media power couple they were sold as in 2020. The couple now needs a hit, badly. Their next few releases could either restore their credibility or deepen doubts. For example, Meghan's lifestyle show has potential, but it's entering a crowded genre. And Harry's documentary work with the Invictus Games is powerful, but it doesn't have the same explosive pull as their Netflix docuseries did. There's also a reputational risk. If they keep announcing projects that never see the light of day, public trust erodes. They could start to seem overpromised and underdelivered, the last thing a media partner wants. Still, they're not out of options. Meghan's pivot into branding, American Riviera Orchard, could open up new revenue streams in lifestyle and wellness. And Harry remains active in charity and advocacy work, which may lead to documentary opportunities down the road. But let's be real, without consistent, high-quality content, the world's attention and investor confidence can fade fast. This isn't just about Harry and Meghan. Their situation reflects a bigger shift in the streaming and celebrity landscape. Back in the early 2000s and 20s, Netflix was throwing massive deals at big names. The goal? Bring in subscribers by turning celebrities into content creators. But after years of overproduction, budget cuts, and changing viewer habits, the industry is getting pickier and stricter. That's why Harry and Meghan's downgraded deal is more than tabloid gossip. It shows how the game is changing for everyone. Netflix, once eager to tie itself to high-profile names, is now demanding proof of performance. Whether you're a royal or a reality star, if your content doesn't bring eyeballs, the money dries up. It's that simple. This also sends a message to other celebrities looking to cash in on their name. Fame alone isn't enough anymore. Streaming giants want substance, sustainability, and ROI, return on investment. On top of that, this could change how public figures manage their personal brands. In the past, being polarizing often meant more attention and more deals. Now, it might just mean fewer green lights. There's also a cautionary tale here about overexposure. Harry and Meghan were everywhere in 2021 and 2022. Podcasts, interviews, documentaries, and headlines. But too much noise, with too little variety in content, may have led to audience fatigue. In short, their Netflix shift isn't just a career moment. It's a reflection of where the industry is going. And that direction? Less flash, more focus. So, was this deal a slap in the face for Harry and Meghan? To their critics, absolutely. The downgrade feels like a cold dose of reality. That star power alone can't sustain a $100 million deal. To supporters, though, it's a pivot, a chance to recalibrate and rebuild with purpose-driven projects that actually resonate. But make no mistake, the next moves matter. Every upcoming show, every Netflix pitch, every brand launch, it all counts now. This isn't just about royal drama anymore. It's about survival in one of the toughest industries out there. Harry and Meghan's next act is already underway, but whether it's a comeback or a quiet fade out, we'll all be watching. And if you've been watching this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what happens next. Because this royal story, it's far from over.